What's up, YouTube? It's me, Shaken Master. Got a brand new video today. If you have seen, I did a little while ago. I did a review, or not a review, a tutorial on how to tape up your hockey goalie stick. And really just kind of gave the way that I do it. But I figured since it's spring and it's lacrosse season, I figured that especially for some newer players and stuff like that, you might be curious how to tape up your lacrosse stick. So I'm going to show you how I tape up my face-off sticks. So yeah, let's get started. So materials wise, of course, you're going to need your stick. And then after that, you're going to need, I like to have scissors. I like clean edges on my cuts. And then I'm going to use 2 rolls of tape. One white. White is my main color for the bottom half of my stick. This time I'm using green for my top part. This is for the hand part of my face-off stick. Remember, when you're playing face-off, you need a contrasting color between the head, the shaft, and your gloves. So usually good colors like neon green. I've been using a blue a little bit, even pink sometimes. Those are good colors. White, black, generally frowned upon. Unless, of course, your stick is all white and your gloves are all white, then that's fine. But if this tape matches any color on your gloves, the refs could, per the rules, penalize you for it, use it against you. So it's just good to get a good color like this. It's pretty standard face-off color. Yellow is a good one too. It just depends on your equipment. But anyway, that's what we're using today. And let's get started. So first, I'm going to start with my green. I like to start with the hand part first, if I can get it started. There we go. I like to get it started a little bit, get a little bit of a floop. Now, when I start it, I like to start the same every time. Make sure it wraps around a little bit, and you can bring it up to the plastic. You cannot go over the plastic, so you can't come up like that. Has to be like that. Try to get as close as I can without it touching or going onto the plastic of the head. And then once I've gone around once a full time, I start bringing it down and wrapping it. And you can do this kind of however you want. You're just going to keep continuously bringing it down and around. And so for a face-off head, best way to think of this is how much space do you need for your hand. If you have your hand here, you're going to need a little bit more than that. They should be able to see like your full glove. I like to find markers on the stick that might help me identify where that would be. For me, it's the lettering on this Wonder Boy shaft. That's kind of where my marker is. Because then after I reach that point is where I level it out. Bring it around kind of once, make sure it's completely around. Snip it. I like clean edges. And then just kind of make sure it's all down. So it should look kind of like this. Because then, I'm going to hold it like this, because then when I put my hand down, I should be able to have room for when my gloves are on, I still have grippy on all of it. So, should be bigger than your hand. The technical rule is, I think, 6 inches. So, as long as it's 6 inches, for me, like, they're not going to check if they can see your whole hand. They're not really going to check, but in the technical term, it should be 6 inches. Actually, let's grab a ruler. I think I have one. So this is a 6-inch ruler. I'm about 1.5 inches short. But they should be able to see your whole hand. So especially if you're like in high school level, I would say get like 5 inches for sure. Go to 6 if you need to. But really, you should be able to see your whole hand. That's a good place to look. So yeah, that's the top part. From there, we will switch it up. Just put that over there. and we're going to do the bottom. I have a very specific bottom hand, as it were. Get a little floop. Start it wherever you want it. I have one of these butt ends here. And I just come right up to it. I don't like to cover this type of end cap. When it comes to a butt end like this, I like to cover it a little bit, and I'll show you that in a little bit. But anyway, same thing. Just bring it all the way around once. Make sure it's there. Then, same thing. I just start wrapping it around. Like so. Just trying to keep it nice and consistent. Oops. My sticks is falling over. Now for this. I'm going to tell you why I do it the way I do it. For this, I bring it up about a good third up of the way up the stick. And the reason I do this is because I like the whole bottom half of my stick to be where my hands should be when I'm shooting. I hate this stuff. So, let's just finish it. So yeah, I like to bring them where my hands are when I'm shooting, as well as also when I'm facing off. So for my face-off sticks, it's kind of a dual use. But you'll see when I do my Mirage 2 here, is that even then, I'm still bringing it pretty much the same way on the bottom hand. So, on this shaft here, it's got a nice little, like, kind of logo here. I like to use that as my marker. And I'm wanting to cover it. And to me, it's about right where it needs to be. Bring it around, make sure it's totally covered. Bring it around, kind of seal it all off. Scissors moved. Make that cut. God damn it. Pick up my tape that keeps falling off. Boom. I mean, like, the tape ends here. Another third would be about here. So yeah, it's a good third of this stick. I like my hands pretty down when I'm shooting, but when I'm facing off too, I like my hands up on the shaft, right? So that my hands are here, right? They're closer together, right? There's a couple different ways. I also do face off with my hand down here. It depends on what I'm doing, depends on what I'm trying to accomplish. But for the most part, my bottom hand goes here, top hand goes here, right? But yeah, I like to bring it up that way because then on the passing and catching, like my sticks, my hand's in the middle usually, right? That's a good place for it to be. I don't need a marker. I just kind of slide it down in between my two pieces of tape. Again, I'm experienced. I kind of know where that distance is, right? Been playing for years. Some people have like tape there, and it is a-okay to put tape there. If you want to put tape there to help you learn, I highly recommend it. I even learned like that. I would say go for it. But then from there, this whole bottom half, or this bottom third, that's where my hand goes when I'm shooting, right? So now my hands are together. I can get a nice shot out of it. And then facing off, same thing. So that's how I take that stick. And my Warrior Burn FO recovery stick will do the same. I'll show it at the end. I'm not going to do it again. That's what that one will look. But I have a different stick that I will do something a little bit different, and that is my regular Burn FO. It is on a Brian Swissbeat shaft. This shaft already has a naturally grippy bottom half. So a lot of it's coming off, but it still is there. I can still feel it compared to the top. So this one, I'm going to do the same top, which will be, right? Now this one, there's no markers on this shaft or anything. It's pretty blank. Everything's kind of worn off because this used to be a regular MIDI shaft for a while. So, gonna start it the same way. Bring it around. So then, because it's unknown, I'm going to bring it a little bit longer. Where my scissors went? Oh. Yeah, we're living the dream. Seal it off. This one's a little bit longer, but that's just because I don't have a good marker. So, but again, still outside my hand, so should be clean, should be good. For the bottom of this guy, pick up my scissors again. This one, it has one of these rubber butt ends. So what I like to do for that is I like to cover about half of it. Right? So you can kind of see where the butt end is, kind of on this side, and then down here is the stick. I like to start with that. Go a full way around with that. Layering down, right? It's going to get all bubbly and weird. That's okay. Jeez. But then after that, I bring it down to underneath the bottom. Sorry. And then that, I just finish it from there. Up around once or twice, kind of level it out, make it clean. And then do a nice clean cut. As clean as I can get with these pair of scissors. I had a better pair of scissors. I don't know where they went. I lost them somewhere in the house. But it's a little bit rougher just because it's kind of weird, but I like this because it has the grip. This just keeps the butt end on. That's really all it's for at that point. So that's my other stick that I like to do. So yeah, that's how I do my face-off sticks. Again, recap. Face-off stick. You want about 5 or 6 inches of contrasting color tape. Lime green, yellow, light blue. Those work great. As long as it doesn't match the head, the shaft, or your gloves, you're fine. And then, so this is required, by the way. Like, you actually have to have color here. So, might as well utilize it. Like, tape is really good for your grip anyway. And then, for me, I like a bottom third of my stick to be covered in tape, just white, just because it's, like, the most common. And that's just for my shooting. So, and then also for face-off, that's how I kind of get my grip on the bottom. So, yep, that's how I do my face-off stick. Thank you for watching, and good luck this season, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Take care.